This is the study guide for section 8.5 on trapezoids. They tell you what trapezoids are, they tell you about their parts, they tell you what an isosceles trapezoid is, they tell you what a midsegment is. All of this information is really, really important, especially if you haven't watched the videos. You should, but if you don't, this is a good place to look. They even work a problem out for you that even has algebra involved. They're telling you that this figure right here, HJKL, is an isosceles trapezoid. So if this is an isosceles trapezoid, these legs are going to be the same, which is why these parts are all marked equal. This is a midsegment. Use the information to solve the problem. Well, if one base is 30 and the other base is 42, how would you find the midsegment? What's directly in between 30 and 42? 36 is. Be careful when you use your calculator. I could type in 30 plus 42 divided by 2, and notice how I don't get that answer of 36. You need to make sure that you're adding first and then dividing by 2. Otherwise, the calculator is going to do what you tell it to do. Okay? So there's your answer. Now, you know this 51 was wrong because it's bigger than both of these bases. This segment is bigger than this base, but it's not bigger than that base. So be smart about what's happening here and always evaluate your answers. Number 2, R to S, that's your midsegment, is 17. H to J is 14. So if this is 14 and this is 17, I know this is going to be 20. This midsegment was 3 units longer than this base, so it's going to be 3 units shorter than that base. 17 is in between 14 and 20. Number 3, R to S, that's your midsegment. They're telling you that H to J, which is a base, plus L to K, that's the other base, is 4x plus 6. What do you do with your two bases added together to get the midsegment? You divide by 2. So we know that 4x plus 6, that's the sum of the bases, divided by 2 must equal the midsegment. We'll just divide both of these by 2. We'll subtract x from both sides. Then we'll subtract 3 from both sides. X is 2. But that's not your answer. They want you to find distance from R to S. This is your midsegment. So x plus 5 is the same thing as the length of the midsegment, R to S. And we know that's 7 because that's what 2 plus 5 is. Number 4. If the measure of angle LRS is 66, I'm just going to write it in there because I know this is the last problem on here. Find the measure of angle KSR. That would be this one over here. Well, remember how we talked about this. If you have an isosceles trapezoid and you have a midsegment on here, that actually makes 2 new trapezoids. And if you look at the marks here, this is an isosceles trapezoid. So is this one. So when you have an isosceles trapezoid and you draw a midsegment through it, you actually get 2 new isosceles trapezoids. And the angle they're looking for, angle KSR, is that obtuse. Yeah, that is the obtuse angle. But they have it marked as acute, which is wrong. That's 66. I wrote 63 here. It should be 66 because those angles match. Now, just keep in mind, these were the acute measures. These are actually obtuse measures. So really, that's kind of a mistake in the text there.